Hello friends, today we're going to be doing something that we've been taught our whole lives not to do. We're judging books by the cover. For your whole life you've probably been told not to judge a book by the cover, and if we are talking about the people you meet, people you encounter, absolutely. But when it comes to actual literature, I'm judging the cover, like I just am. I hate to say it. In today's video, we're going to read 3 books that I absolutely picked up because of the cover. The first book is this one. Technically, I did not pick it up. My friend gifted it to me, but I gasped when I saw the cover. This is the Door-to-Door Bookstore, and what's so cute about this is it looks like a city, and they're all like book spines, and you can like see the pages of the book, and I just think that is so cute. This is about a German town where this man, Carl, is delivering books in the evening hours, walking through the cities of Germany, and he loses his job, and then he and this 9-year-old girl use the power of books to find courage and rebuild their bonds, and that sounds super cute. It's super tiny. Then next we have Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonam-Young. All of these, this is just kind of in place of all of the contemporary fiction romance books or contemporary romance books with the cutesy covers. Like, I just think this is so cute, and this book is awesome because it represents people with limb differences. He is missing a leg and she has a limb difference in regards to her arm, and it is about them. There's the accidental pregnancy trope, which again, I judged this by the cover, bought it not knowing it was accidental pregnancy, and I'm not really the biggest lover of that trope, so we'll see if the cover lives up to how I want this to be. And then the final book that I literally picked up because of the cover with no like reading into what the book was about is this one. Look at this stunning beauty. I think this is like a top book cover ever, and this is called Jobs for Girls with Artistic Flair by June Gervais. This is about a woman in the 80s who wants to be a tattoo artist, but it's still kind of like a man's world at that time. Her brother owns a shop and gives her the opportunity to like apprentice there. And then her friend slash assistant slash psychic arrives on the scene and wants her to step out from her brother's shadows. They form a little relationship, and it sounds actually really good. But again, I picked this up solely based on the fact that this cover is amazing. And what did I just see? Oh my god, there's like little drawings throughout the book. That is so cute. But I am very much so looking forward to reading this. So let's see if these books are worthy of their covers. Okay guys, today I'm going to be starting Out on a Limb. I think there was like unlimited copies available from my library on Libby, so I'm going to listen to this entire book today while I work. That is pretty much my plan. The audiobook is 12 hours and I listened to it on 2 times speed because that's pretty much like close to like my reading speed, and I will be listening to this on audio today. I have not listened to a romance really since I started this audiobook journey, so I'm excited to see how it goes. I don't really know much about this. I know that we have our main character Winifred, who goes by Win, and there's a guy named Bo, and she sleeps with him I think like at a party or something, yeah, at a costume party, and she ends up pregnant and wants to keep the baby. And that's all I know. I don't have much experience with accidental pregnancy trope. I don't think it's something I'm gonna super love as somebody who is child free by choice. Accidental pregnancy sounds terrifying, but I do like that they both have limb differences, which is something cool. We love the representation around here, and so yeah, I'm gonna jump into it. I'm just seeing if there's anything further I should let you know. That it's not dual point of view. It looks like it's just single POV, which is fine. And then some weeks tell you, like this one says 6 weeks pregnant, baby is the size of an avocado, so that's kind of fun. But I'm gonna jump on into this and I will update you probably when I'm finished. I mean, if I have something totally groundbreaking to say, then I will, but I don't know that I will, you know what I'm saying? So we're off to see The Wizard. Also, these bookshelves are getting a whole redo because I just bought a bunch of new bookshelves to add to the opposite side of the room, and the rainbow ones are moving over there, and this is gonna be my black and white bookshelves. So I'm excited. But out on a limb, this is my first Hannah Bonam-Young. I do own one other book by her, so I hope at the very least I like the writing. I think it's going to be spicier than I want it to be, especially listening to it on audio, but I'm going to go into that with a grain of salt, knowing that if I was reading it physically, I could skim that. So let's get into Out on a Limb. Okay guys, I'm listening to this. I'm like 1/4 of the way through, and I do have to say I have one like really big like red flag about this book, like one thing that I'm really not jiving with. So basically we have our main girl Win, and she is at her best friend's Halloween party at her house, and her best friend's husband was like trying to set her up with somebody. She didn't want anything to do with it, and then she meets this guy at the party who's also dressed up like a pirate. TLDR, they're both into each other. The whole like beginning of the book was just like 5 chapters of like them getting ready to and hooking up, which is fine. I didn't expect anything else in a book about accidental pregnancy, but the real big issue that I am having is that they hook up. Well, they're about to have sex, and she realizes that the box of condoms is empty, and they're like, oh my god, what do we do? Should we stop? And he says, I've been tested since the last time I had sex, I'm all clear. And she says, well, I'm on birth control and I'm all good too. But like, she doesn't let him know that she doesn't regularly take her birth control, that like she's like forgets or takes it late all the time, and then gets pregnant and says it's both of their fault. No girl, you literally told him you were on birth control and neglected to tell him that you don't take it regularly. And I just think that that's like a breach of trust and really fucked up. Alrighty friends, we have finished Out on a Limb. I know I checked in at like 25% and told you about like the situation that was giving me serious ick about this book. I did end up giving it 4 stars. If it wasn't for that situation and like just me thinking that it was like a fundamentally and morally wrong situation, then I would have given it 5 stars, but I couldn't get past it, and I thought maybe I was being drama, so I asked both my husband and one of my friends what they thought about the situation, and they like agreed. But it ended up being super cute, forced proximity, accidental pregnancy, cutie pie honey bunch book, and I did give it 4 stars, and I did quite enjoy it. And then tomorrow I'm going to be starting this on audio when I begin working. From what I know, this is actually like so cute. Like, this is actually one thing I'm gonna be sad about listening to it audibly, is the little like drawings and stuff that are in here. But I might peruse through it whenever I'm done. But this is about a girl, it's like, it takes place in the 80s, and she wants to be a tattoo artist. She apprentices with her brother, and then her friend slash possible lover, Anna, is kind of pushing her to do her own thing. That's all I know about it. Again, I've never heard anybody talk about this. And from the audiobook, I think it's June Gervais, or I forgot already how you said the last name, but you don't pronounce the S. So I still don't know. By June, I don't know. I'm sorry. Sweetie Pie Honey Bunch, you're super cute. She's got her picture on the back. But I am very excited to get started on this one. It's been one that I've been wanting to read so bad just because the cover is so cute. So we're gonna start this, and then tomorrow night I do plan on picking up and reading in its entirety the Door-to-Door Bookstore, because it's very short. It's like maybe 200 pages, and that would be amazing if I could get that one done as well. So I will talk to you guys when I have more info to give. Okay friends, we have finished reading Jobs for Girls with Artistic Flair. I listened to this entire book yesterday while I was working, and it was just so good. So good. I ended up giving this 4 stars. So as I said, this is about our girl Gina, and basically from what I gathered, what I can say without spoiling anything is Gina is about to turn 18, and her dad left when she and her brother were quite young. Her mother is a mess. She has some sort of like mental health condition. I don't know if they ever like dive too deep into it, but basically their dad had left money for them for whenever they turned 18, and her money is mysteriously no longer there. So now she doesn't have money to go to college, even though she didn't really like want to. She wants to be a tattoo artist. Her brother kind of just doesn't want a difficult career for her. He wants her to like have an easier life than he has, because it's really hard like in this time, because this takes place in the 80s, being a tattooer. It's very looked down upon, blah blah blah, but she is determined, so she works her ass off to try to get an apprenticeship, and she makes friends slash lovers with this gal Anna. This is also a time in which being gay wasn't super accepted, and so she's facing a lot of struggles, and it's about her journey, and it was so good. I gave it 4 stars. And then I was gonna read this last night, the Door-to-Door Bookstore, but I was exhausted. I worked 12 hours yesterday, and I was just way too pooped to continue on. So tonight I am going to read this. It's literally like 200 pages. It's only 7 chapters. So tonight we'll read the Door-to-Door Bookstore, and I'm very excited. Okay guys, we are here for the ending of this video. I read last night the Door-to-Door Bookstore by Carsten Henn, and I gave this book 3 stars. This is our lowest performing book, but for a book video where we only based our picks based on cute covers, I think 2 4s and a 3 is so good. And so in this book we have our main character, and his name is Carl, and Carl is a door-to-door bookseller. He works with this bookshop, and people can order books online, and he brings them to him. He has his regular characters. He makes up stories about them. And one day this little girl like notices him. She calls him the book walker, and she decides to come along with him and introduces him to people, and it's very like found family, happy, feel-good book. However, this book is like really wordy. It's like walls of text, and it's overly descriptive. For being a book of this size, it gave me the same feelings reading it as Before the Coffee Gets Cold and A Man Called Ove. And it's like objectively good, it's just not for me. So with that being said, we have given the Door-to-Door Bookstore 3 stars, and then both Jobs for Girls with Artistic Flair and Out on a Limb 4 stars. So I'm very happy with this video. We have 3 books that have earned their right to live on these shelves for the rest of their days. which honestly as a book is all they can really hope for, you know what I'm saying? So thank you guys so much for being here today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.